US 1 Radio News time is 7:53. Morning Magazine with Bill Becker continues.
Thanks, Chuck. And joining us right now is Monroe County Commissioner and Firm Vice President Heather Carruthers. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, Heather, how are you?
I'm great on a beautiful day.
Firm has been working on this program to reduce insurance rates. It's called the RIP program, Reduce Insurance Premiums Project. And you're inspecting homes and trying to get that information about how we do in terms of building our homes. What are you finding?
I can't tell you what the results are yet because this is a very in-depth survey, and the results are only going to be reported in aggregate because there's confidentiality with all of the homes that are inspected. But I can give you a little bit of background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for years, since 2006, Firm has been arguing that our windstorm rates are overstated for two primary reasons. The first being that we build stronger than anybody else in the state, and we have for the longest period of time. And the models that are used to reflect to estimate risk do not take into account how sturdily we build our homes. So that's the first issue. The second issue is that because we are a low-lying chain of islands, our primary risk from hurricanes is from flood, not from wind. So we're trying to get these models corrected, and while we've had some success in getting some changes made over the years, until we do a full actuarial analysis of the keys, we won't be able to prove to the people who make the rates that we are, in fact, a lesser risk for wind. So we've been undertaking this Reduce Insurance Premiums project that is funded by Citizens Property Insurance because, frankly, they don't want to be carrying so many windstorm policies. And what it involves is three basic steps. The first is an inspection of a statistically valid number of homes in the Keys to verify that we do actually build the way we say we build. And that's the process we're in right now. Then the second step is having that analyzed to determine what the actual risk, potential loss would be in the Keys. And then the third is determining what are our options for windstorm insurance, perhaps staying with Citizens and negotiating a better rate, or going out to the private market, or perhaps creating some kind of a mutual or reciprocal insurance company just for the Keys. So where we are right now is we're still in the first part of that study, but it looks like we're getting into the end. We need to inspect a total of 704 homes throughout the Keys. And all the homes in the Keys have been segmented by strata. And those strata have to do with where your home is located, when it was built, whether it's concrete, whether it's frame, etc. And because of the way it's been, the study has been created by this risk engineering firm, we need to get a certain number of homes in each stratum to make it statistically valid. So far, we've inspected about 500 homes. We have about 170 other homes that are homeowners that have volunteered to have their homes inspected. So we're still a little shy of our 704 goal. And the thing that concerns us is that what seems to be happening is that there are certain strata where we simply don't have enough homes. They tend to be more homes that are outside of Key West. So particularly if anybody outside of Key West has been contacted by Firm, we really could use you to step up, because what will happen is if those kinds of homes are not included in the study, they will not be able to be subject to any new reduced rating, simply because we don't have enough data to prove how they're built.
Mm-hmm.
So not participating really doesn't help anybody. In fact, it hurts everybody, and especially a homeowner just like you.
Now, I'm sure that people would like to volunteer, but it's not open to volunteers because you have to have randomly selected homes.
Right. It's a little complicated. We're looking for volunteers, but that's sort of like saying that you might be. Let's look at a football analogy. You might want to play football. That's a volunteer. Then we have to determine whether you're actually eligible for the draft, and that is whether or not you fall into one of these strata where we still need homes. And from that, then you actually need to be drafted. And that has to do with scheduling and making schedules that make sense for our inspectors, so they're not spending all of their time driving just from Key West to Key Largo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little complicated, and I apologize for those homeowners who feel like they've volunteered, we've got their name, and they haven't been contacted in a couple of weeks. It has to do with making sure that we're inspecting the right number of homes in the right strata, and that we're efficiently using our inspectors' times.
Mm-hmm. What kind of feedback are you getting from Citizens Insurance on this?
Well, we're not getting too much feedback with them. Every couple of weeks, we just let them know where we are in the process. They're not going to see any data on a household level, so they really need to wait until all of this aggregate data has been calculated and analyzed before we'll get any real feedback from them. So it's going to be a couple of months before we hear from them. We're just happy that they were willing to fund this study, because it's really, frankly, the only way we're going to get a long-term solution to this problem, instead of, frankly, playing whack-a-mole year after year with what's going to happen with Citizens and our rates.
Mm-hmm. And again, we encourage people, if you've gotten noticed by a firm, it's not a government inspection. It's just an inspection basically to help us lower our rates. So please respond, okay?
Yes, 294-3476. Thank you.
Heather Carruthers, thanks for joining us. And the website is firmkeys.org. Take care, Heather. Bye now.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
The official radio station of the Florida Keys, WWUS, Big Pine Key West Marathon, US 1 Radio.